Hi guys, how are you all doing? I hope you're in the best of health. I hope you're drinking water and minding your business. If you're new to the channel, my name is Enii Paul, and it's so very nice to meet you. I'm a medical doctor living and working here in Lagos, Nigeria, and today we're just going to be talking about some of the things that I wish I had done or started earlier in the course of my intern year. If these are things that you'd like to learn more about, please keep on watching. So first things first, what is house job? House job is your house job, or houseman year is your intern year, your training year. So this is the year or the first 12 months after you've finished from medical school. So this is a year of learning under supervision, and what this entails is that you're going to have something we call a provisional license, where you are licensed to practice medicine under supervision. Okay, and also if you'd like to learn more about house job and my experience during house job, I will leave this video up on the screen so you can check it out after this one. So essentially, the first thing that you want to do as an intending house officer, the first thing you want to do as an intending house officer is to ask questions. Okay, you need to ask questions about the centers that are available for you, the options that you have, the places that you like to go to, and what their living conditions look like. Now, this is very essential, most especially for people that will be, leaving the state where they reside or their primary state of residence to go to a whole new different place. Okay, so you need to ask questions about accommodation, ask questions about the salary, the treatment, the closeness or the nearness, if that's the word, of the centers and where you're going to be, to social amenities. Is there water? Is there light? I know these are like given in some other places in the world, but I mean, as at right now and the time of making this video, there are some places where you are going to have to hustle a little more to get access to these things. So now that we're done gathering the information for your houseman year as an intending house officer, congratulations, you've made it into the program, you've gotten the center of your choice, and you're about to start, or you've already started, your house job. Now the next thing is to ask a lot of questions. This is a training year for you. This is a learning year for you. There's some things you've read in the books but you've never seen, or there's some things you see but you can't really understand. And there is no shame in asking, to be honest with you. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. This is a training year. You're still going to have a lot of years to learn in medicine, but this is like your building block, or the extra brick on top of the building block. I don't know if you get what I mean. So the next mistake that I made during my houseman year is I didn't take care of myself properly. So this brings me to my next point. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, because a healthy person is the best doctor for a sick one. Okay, and this goes without saying. So you need to prioritize yourself. One thing I noticed during my house job was it was easy for me to get lost in all of my to-dos and all of the jobs that I had to catch up with, that I would slack on, other things. I would just push it back, because I mean there's no deadline or timeline for things like personal hygiene and all of those type of things. So they suffered in a way. So please take care of yourself. Eat. I'm saying this because it's coming from a very personal point. Please eat, and try to eat something decent, at least a good meal a day or something. If you can get extra snacks, keep them in handy. They will help, because most of the times that you're eating, you might be on the go. Houseman year or your intern year is quite a tough one, and you spend a lot of time on your feet. So carry handy food, carry things that will help you make the year easier. Okay, so this next one that I want to talk about is actually a very dicey topic, okay? And my title for it is Save, even if it's poco a poco, because house job money is like a willow, rhymes. But if you get what I mean, please, if you can, try to save your house job money. And everybody says this, but steps to do it, not really. Some of my colleagues ended up putting a certain percentage of their earnings away, and it worked for them. You know, if you keep, let's say, 20% of your earnings every single month, at the end of the houseman year, you have a certain sum. This will apply to you in different scenarios. I think you should just, you know, take this with a pinch of salt and do what works for you. Now I'm going to share my story with you so you can kind of have an understanding of what I'm talking about. When I started my house job, I looked at the accommodation options, and the option that I wanted, or the options that I, you know, was looking to get, were filled up, and places weren't going to be open till like halfway into my intern year. Okay, so I ended up going to like look for places. This cost me money to be house hunting. Okay, and after house hunting and then getting in and settling in, the settling in was quite expensive as well. So what I ended up doing was saving, you know, chunks from my last 3 months, because you see that month right after houseman year where you're trying to sort it out, try to figure what you're going to do or decide on the next phase of your life. It's very dicey because you might not be earning as much as you like, and if you know how things are now, you just know, okay? You just know. So the next point that I'm going to touch on in this particular video will be to take the next step. So houseman year looks like it's 1 year. It looks like it's 12 whole long months. It looks like it will never end. That's basically what houseman year it looks like. But to be honest with you, it's filled with so much activities and so much. Your program will go by so quickly that by the time you blink, you're already in your 3rd posting, or you're already in your 9th month of training, because so much has passed. You've tried to adapt, you've tried to learn, you're switching places, you're learning under different seniors in different places. It's just wild, okay? So much time will pass by so quickly that if you haven't asked or decided on what you want to do, if you haven't, you know, taken the next step in terms of your career, what would you like to do after house job? What's next for you? Are you looking at going into another training program? Will you like to continue your training? Will you like to opt out of training? Will you like to continue in clinical medicine? Will you like to go out of clinical medicine? So it's a lot of, you have to think up your options. And I'm saying this because, particularly because of people in clinical medicine, a lot of my colleagues at the time while we were doing house job ended up taking their IELTS, that's their English exams, and booking, you know, their exams going on from houseman year. So because some of these exams you can't get like immediate dates, right? It's easier to just take what you can and then book ahead, and hopefully after houseman year you have a lot more time on your hands to study. Okay, so please please take the next step, or start walking towards taking the next step. Okay, so this brings me to my last point. You need to find your tribe and just live, okay? And in finding your tribe, what I mean by finding your tribe is, the way I wrote it in my notebook is, you need to find your colleagues, like your mates or your senior colleagues that have sense, and, you know, bond with them, because you need people that will be able to push you, people that share the same values, beliefs, goals as you, people that can encourage you in, you know, whatever you choose to do. And this goes without saying that, you know, these are the same people that you're going to be most likely making memories with, you know, doing other non-medical activities with. This is the stage of your life where you need to continue your preformed healthy habits. Yes, it's part of your formative years for medicine, but, you know, anything that you can incorporate into intern year, which is one of the hardest years. Yes, some other years might be harder, but I mean, it's going to be easier for you to carry that along with you. So if that means you have snacks on you can eat at some point, you know, if you're able to get, you know, the maximum amount of sleep that you can afford. I'm not putting any number on it, but yeah, if you can, you know, exercise, if you can pray, if you were praying a number of times a day and you know, you have to cut that down just because, or not pray at all because of intern year, please don't do it. It's not worth it, because by the time you're done with intern year, your life goes on. By the time you're done with intern year, your life goes on, and then you realize that you're falling out of all of these habits that you took so much time to build. So please, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and click the bell beside the subscribe button to get notified every time I make a new video. Also, if you have any comments, any questions, any follow-ups from this video or from any other parts of living and working as a doctor here in Nigeria, please let me know in the comments section, and I will see you in the next video. Peace and lots of love.